Australian players and controversies. A match made for the pitch. Usman Khawaja was already drawing eyeballs for wearing shoes with a message for peace in Gaza during training. Then during the opening test against Pakistan, he wore a black band around his arm. All of this despite knowing that the International Cricket Council, or the ICC, does not allow any political messages. Khawaja says the black armband was not a political message, it was something personal to him. The ICC is not buying in. They have imposed a fine on Khawaja for breaching their code. But Khawaja is displaying his Aussie spirit. He has no plans of backing down. He says that he will fight the ICC and gain their approval. It helps that the Australian cricket is backing him. For now, the tussle between Usman Khawaja and the ICC is only intensifying.
Australian cricketer Usman Khawaja is in a bit of a pickle. The opener has been recently charged by the International Cricket Council, or ICC, of breaching their code for displaying political messages. The ICC does not allow players to display political, religious or racial cause messages. Khawaja first came under the scanner before the first test match between Australia and Pakistan. During the net sessions, Khawaja wore shoes which had a handwritten message for peace in Gaza. Australia's captain Pat Cummins supported Khawaja.
Again, Aussie doesn't want to make too big of a fuss. I think, his shoes, he had all lives are equal. I think that's not very divisive. I don't think anyone can really have too many complaints about that.
But the ICC issued a warning and barred Khawaja from wearing the shoes during the match, to which the Aussie complied. However, day one, as he came out to bat and right through the test, Khawaja was seen wearing a black armband. And that is why Khawaja has been reprimanded by the ICC. But the Aussie is taking it in his own stride.
So what was that, sorry? My reaction?
Your reaction.
ICC's reprimanded me?
Yeah.
Officially?
Okay.
Okay. Just making sure.
So what does Khawaja have in mind? He says that he's being unfairly called out and that his message for humanity is being misconstrued. Khawaja says he agreed to the ICC's demands about the shoes, but the armband was a personal message.
For me personally, dealing with the ICC, I don't think being reprimanded for wearing a black armband, which the ICC asked me on day two what it was for. I told it was for a personal bereavement. I never ever stated it was for anything else. The shoes were a different matter. I'm happy to say that. But the armband made no sense to me. I followed all the regulations, the past precedents. Guys have put stickers on their bats, names on their shoes, done all sorts of things in the past without ICC approval and never been reprimanded. I respect what the ICC and the rules and regulations they have. I just asked, and I will be asking them and contesting that they make it fair and equitable for everyone and they have consistency in how they officiate. That's all I ask for.
But the charges have worked. Khawaja has no more plans of wearing either the armband or the shoes.
No, I'm not wearing the armband again. As I said to the ICC, the armband was for a personal bereavement. So the armband was different to my shoes. My shoes were very obvious, and at the end of the day, I didn't wear the shoes. I taped them up in respect for the rules and procedures, and I left it at that.
Meanwhile, Cricket Australia are towing a sensitive line. On the one hand, they respect Khawaja's sentiments. At the same time, they agree that the ICC code has to be followed.
I mean, really, we're very clear that the ICC has rules in place for very good reason, and we expect our players to follow and comply with those regulations. The work that we've been doing since is to see if there's a really respectful way that is very much unifying, brings people together to allow Aussie to really share his message. That's the subject now of ICC consideration.
It doesn't look like this is going to die down easily. Khawaja wants to take on the ICC, and the ICC wants to ensure a certain decorum in the gentleman's sport. Because if the rule applies to one, it should apply to all.